Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and welcome to my house. It's time for another comment desk. We're up to number 5. That's 5 comment desk episodes, and this is where I go through your comments and give you a bit of context rather than just replying to a comment. I'm going to figure things out on the fly and see how I can help, and if I can help, I'll tell you. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and filter my comments for stuff that I have not responded to. Last episode was about 2 weeks ago, and so we'll start here on the bottom. This is from Vasilov 2918. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I apologize if I've butchered that name. But it's on my video for ServiceNow mid-server on Windows Server 2022. That's the comment, or that's what it's on. And the comment is, if it's stuck on validating for a long time, restart the service on the Windows server and it should be fine, smiley face. And that person is exactly correct. I don't know if it was when I did it on Windows or my Docker container. Actually, I think it was Windows, where it did get stuck one time on validating. And I think I did it a couple of times in the process of trying to record the video. And all you have to do is restart the service and everything's fine. So thank you for that very, very helpful comment. Thank you for watching, and thank you for taking the time to leave a comment on the video. Next comment is from MKBRT1446. Hi there, any tutorial on how to do the integration or how to use the GitHub source code? He or they are talking about my use OpenAI's GPT-3, so you can tell how old this is, to draft your knowledge articles. The short answer is no, I don't have a tutorial. I never thought about doing a tutorial, and that's a great idea. So here's the deal I'm going to make with you. Obviously, you're not consenting to this, but I'm going to update the application to use GPT-4 because there's a newer model out there, and I would be interested to see what that looks like. And I'm also going to incorporate, I think, not Bard, I think it's Bard or Gemini or Genesis, whatever the Google one is. I want to incorporate that one in there so I have 2 different flavors. One from OpenAI, one from Google, and that way you can do it. I'll update the source code and everything, and I'll pump out a video so you can see not just how it works, obviously, but then I'll do a separate one for how to do the integration, how to set up if you download this from GitHub and use the source code. So thanks for taking the time to leave a comment and ask such an obvious question that I overlooked, that I just demonstrated how cool it was, or I thought it was cool, but didn't actually show you how to use my source code. So I will correct that in the future one. And thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time to leave a comment. Next up is going to be from MWeb999. Thanks, I just installed it and spent too long trying to find it. It was missing for you too, something not mentioned in ServiceNow documentation. And what they're referring to is my video, how to browse an application in ServiceNow using Configuration Hub. Big plug for Configuration Hub. I think it's super awesome, super cool. And yes, when I first installed this, it was like I hit install and I was like, how do I get to this thing? I checked the menu, I checked the system menu, I checked the workspaces, I checked admin center. Nothing worked. And so I forget what I said in the video, but ended up logging out and logging back in. And I think I reset the cache and waited a while, and eventually everything just worked. So yes, here's an issue. I met with the team that actually did that because they saw the video and they wanted to meet with me about what I thought. And I'm sure they're watching this or seeing the feedback, but we'll make sure that gets communicated. And I think I did communicate that when I met with them in that meeting. I was like, hey, when I first got this, 1, there was no documentation, and 2, that I couldn't figure out where the heck this thing was. So hopefully we see a new version come out that soon. They've got lots of plans for it that I'm not privy to, but they're going to continue to add some features to that. So thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time, MWeb999, to leave a comment. Next up is a comment from my friend Jace at Jace Now. Thanks for the shout out, and also what a great use case for hashes. He's talking about my video just over a week ago, comparing records using hashes or fingerprints. This was so that I could crawl the store and see if that version of the application matched the last version that I crawled. So I'm basically fingerprinting certain fields that I'm interested in and comparing fingerprints rather than doing a field by field comparison to see if something changed or updated. So number 1, Jace, you're awesome. You made my crawl application work so much faster. I mean, literally reduced it from 7 to 8, 9 hours to to about an hour. I think it's less than an hour. It's like 40 some minutes now it takes to do the crawl, which is a huge time saver because if that crawl kicked off, it was like 1 p.m. on Tuesdays. If anything went wrong, if it encountered an error in the store, or there was an error in my instance, or my instance wasn't running, or my mid server wasn't running, I then had to start it later, which meant I couldn't record until later. So just a huge thank you and shout out again to Jace for being so supportive, sharing his knowledge and all the ways that he does. And I don't know how he does it, takes the time to leave a comment on my video saying that it was a great use case. So I agree. And if you have other great use cases for hashes or fingerprints, I thought that was pretty cool. You should leave a comment down below on this video or any video. Just leave a comment. Next question, the question is from Menaria2222, how to add the banner image. I can't do it, it's all grayed out, and this is on my video, My Forms, the new ServiceNow Innovation Lab app. Well, I actually had to prep in order to be able to show you how to do this. So let's go over to my PDI, and first thing I want to point out, when you install My Forms, I'm on the latest version, I think it's 1.4.3. So when you do that, there's some new roles that get assigned or created in your system. So there they are there, admin, form user, and template admin. I gave my account, I'm in my PDI, my admin account, all 3 roles. So all 3 roles are there. I don't think that's your issue because you sound smart enough probably to know, make sure the roles are assigned. But if you go to the My Forms dashboard and you go to create a form, yes, the default behavior is that is grayed out. You cannot add a banner image until you save a draft of your form. And I have a feeling I know what's going on here is that it actually hasn't written a record to the database for you to attach anything to. So if you just scroll up and go in here, enter form title, my form title, and we'll just form description. I'm just going to put some nonsense in there. And what I want you to pay attention to is this grayed out camera button. When I hit save as draft, which my head is kind of in front of, let me show you, save as draft button right here, this button is going to enable and I can actually click it. So I'm just going to click Save as Draft and it'll refresh. I'll scroll down and now look, I can actually attach something to it. So that's all that's going on there. I think that's all that's going on with you seeing it grayed out, because I had a feeling when I read your comment that might be what's going on, and I went and re-downloaded it because my PDI has been updated since then and confirmed that was the issue. But I would check for your roles too. Make sure your roles are taken care of. Make sure you save the draft, and then you should be able to update that. If not, reach out to, actually there's no support on this, so you can't reach out. Let me know down below if that doesn't work. Leave me a comment and I'll look again. Not that I'm your support, but I'd be interested to see if that was the fix, and it'd be good feedback for me and the team to know if that was the issue. So thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time, Menaria222, to leave a comment. And let's see, next comment is from Nicholas Keen 6797. Let me fix my pen there. Is it possible for items to be added to a VTB automatically? Example, any time a task is assigned to me, it appears in my VTB. And he left this on my ServiceNow Visual Task Boards video. In that video, I did it in real life. So I use Visual Task Boards in my PDI. You've probably seen them in some of my videos. Let's go to here. I use a visual task board for managing all of my content. So I have visual task board content by state, right? So this is a data-driven visual task board in ServiceNow. The difference being there's data-driven and there's free-form, meaning you add stuff to that board. So you can see here, I'm actually working on comment desk 005. So when I did that and I moved it into work in progress, it changed the state to work in progress. Now, if I go in here, let's just search the board for, let's search for YouTube. Let's see if there's any cards that have the word YouTube in it. Okay, they don't. So I'm going to go away from here, and I'm going to go to my content table, which is based on that that particular one. And I'm going to make a new one, and we're going to call this Demo for YouTube. And this is just to show you that it is automated. I'm going to save that. And part of my process is I'm going to create a content task, which is what shows up on that board. And if I go now to my visual task board, content task by state, if we search for YouTube again, we're going to see the one I just created. So I'll just search for YouTube, and I should see there's my demo for YouTube. Automatically gets added to the board. I don't have to add it to the board, it automatically happens. So let's talk through that real quick. Let's go to visual task boards. And what I want you to see is when you first come in here, if you hit the new button, you're going to be prompted. Is it a free-form board or is it a data-driven board? For what you're talking about, you want a data-driven board, which means you're going to pick a table and you're going to specify what what field on that table is going to represent the lanes, right? So I could say a task table of any type. I think we could even go in my PDI. We should be able to go to task, and then I could set the vertical lane field to state, and that's going to do what you just saw when I was looking at my content tasks like that. The other quick way to do that is to go to the tasks themselves. So I have a table of content tasks, and all I would need to do is click on the state, the little ellipsis there, and go show visual task board, and it'll take care of everything for me. I don't have to fill in all those fields. It's going to create a visual task board, use the state for the columns in the visual task board, and now anytime someone creates a content task like I just showed you, it'll automatically add to the visual task board, and it could be for any task type. So if you're using incidents or you're using catalog tasks, whatever it is, obviously these are smaller boxes when I have it. I have some filters on mine to not show all the stuff that you're seeing there. But that gives you a good idea of how to work with data-driven task boards. Let me know if that helped. Leave me a comment down below. Should I do a separate video on data-driven versus free-form task boards? Happy to do it. It's one of my favorite features in ServiceNow. So let me know. Leave a comment. Thank you for leaving this comment and giving me another chance to talk about one of my favorite features, which is visual task boards. And thank you, Nicholas Keen 6797. All right, next comment. Sorry, I'm all about tasks now. Please dig into this. Archiving and data retention is a topic almost nobody talks about, but ignoring it will eventually make your instance unworkable. And he or she left this, I think it's a he, left this comment on my archive and destroy rules in ServiceNow. I have definitely been digging into it. I turned it on for my table for the crawl history, right? The crawl history in my instance is going to just build records like crazy, right? There's like 2,500 apps or so in the ServiceNow store. And after so many crawls, it's going to get tens of thousands of records. And so that's why I went after it. But you're right, in a instance that is of any age with anybody using it regularly, those tables are going to start to build up data, and system archiving or archiving is what you want to use. So to the point, let's just cover that real quick. In case you didn't watch that video, I'm going to go to system archiving here. You can have archive rules and archive destroy rules in your instance. Now, ServiceNow sets up a lot of these out of the box, but most of the time they're not activated. I'll give you a good example of one that came out in Vancouver, and it has to do with changes. Let's see here, change inactive or closed over 9 months. So there's a change request one. It is not active in my PDI. That means you need to go turn it on in your instance for this to happen. And what's cool is that, look at this. So you have the change record itself, and so it's going to look for anything over 9 months, but then it's also going to look at 3 reference tables: change phase, change task, and conflicts. So conflicts is where it's like searching for different things, and there might be a change conflict. It's storing that in the table. So not only is it going to archive your change table, but it's going to archive these other tables that are referenced in the change table, so you're keeping everything up to date. So lots of helpful stuff. I'm going to try to figure out how to make another archiving video relevant, right? Because in my PDI, there's no records. Like if I go and ask it to recalculate this estimate, there's going to be no record estimate. It's going to be 0 because I don't have enough change records that are over 9 months. So yes, your call to action there on digging in. I'm digging in and I'm liking what I'm seeing. The other one real quick that you might want to look at in Vancouver is catalog items. So catalog items have variables associated with them, and that variables take up data in your instance. Well, with Vancouver, they've now taken care of that. So if you're using the out-of-the-box archiving rule, it will take care of the variables on those catalog items as well. So thank you, Artur DBX8779, for watching, for leaving a comment. Appreciate you, and thanks for the opportunity to talk more about archive and destroy. Speaking of, from Minika Anta Royal 777, awesome, on the same video, archive and destroy rules in ServiceNow. So thank you so much for watching and leaving positive feedback. Love that, love that. Last comment here is from video creator 1917, and they left me a heart on my video, ServiceNow Tokyo Platform Analytics Workspace Data Visualization Part 1. Hey guys, this is a PSA for Platform Analytics Workspace. I just got done building out an entire dashboard for my team. On my day job, I have a team. We work with requests and tasks and cases for customers, and I built a dashboard in Platform Analytics Workspace so we could see all that stuff by week, by month, by quarter, by last quarter, by year, of all time. It is so cool. It is the next generation of dashboards and reporting in ServiceNow, and there's so many cool features in there around sharing and storing things in libraries and having certified reports that we just didn't have in the previous one, in the previous way it was set up. So lots and lots of cool features there. Thank you, Video Creator 1917, for the heart emoji. I appreciate it. And that's it. We got to all the comments in this Comment Desk episode 005. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in some YouTube guy's comments and all his responses to them and showing you things on the fly in ServiceNow. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.